Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about motivation. So let's get into it. So the question in question was, Frederick, do you have any tips for how to keep yourself motivated to learn software engineering? Well, I would say that it is this is a trait. To be good at this thing, it's basically a trait that you're sort of gonna have to accept that you either have or you don't have. It's similar to how people keep themselves motivated to lose weight or to keep at any craft or skill. Unless the thing matters to you, it's all but over. It's just a matter of time before you will quit. And keeping yourself motivated only works so far because it will only get you to a certain point. But the long and short of it is that motivation comes from a desire. That's what you're looking for. And if you don't have that desire, there's very little that you can do to motivate yourself because you simply don't feel because it is an emotion basically that keeps your drive. It keeps the drive up. Anybody who's ever achieved anything has a drive to accomplish something or to just do something that they can't really stop feeling, if that makes sense. That's how you get good at something. Practice, 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 practice. And if you are going to continue doing that for an extended period of time, it's important that you understand that either you feel that motivation or you don't. Now you can keep yourself on track and being consistent and so forth. These are either things that you can do to sort of make sure that you present every opportunity that you have to do something. Classic one is, oh, I'm gonna study a certain amount of hours, I'm gonna work on certain projects, etc., etc. All that is pointless if you don't show up to practice, because no system will, or it's that is the reality. No system can overcome a human who doesn't follow doesn't do what is expected of them. Same, there's the problem of security, it's the problem of losing weight, it's the problem of, well, anything you want to do. And so keeping yourself motivated, I would say, is really not something that I don't think you're gonna need much more than to have a genuine interest in understanding something about software development. So there is a difference here between giving up or not having an interest and not being motivated by something specific. So an example would be, if you're not motivated by that big project that you picked up, don't sweat it. Like, be flaky, throw that away and start working on the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. Just continue. As long as you are continuously trying to expand your understanding of the field, you are making progress. Then it doesn't matter if you get demotivated by one thing and motivated by another thing. The thing that matters is that you're continuously trying to push it. One thing that is good to keep a lookout for is, though, if your motivation comes from a genuine interest to master something, or if it comes from a sensation of security, which is a classic one where I've talked to a lot of people now, and I see some people who they make up excuses for themselves, like, I can't get motivated to not watch tutorials and videos and like build products, and I go, no, it's not that you can't make that motivation, it's because it feels safer for you. You're either too lazy or too scared, and that's why the videos are never gonna it doesn't stop for you, because videos doesn't cost you anything. You can't fail by watching a video, but at the same time you can't practice and get better at the thing. And breaking that cycle is, there's no tip in the world, nothing anybody could tell you that's going to make you do the thing. It's the same thing, with fitness. No one can force you to put on your running shoes and go out and run. You can get all the plans in the world, and we can give you endless schedule. You can get endless schedules and inform yourself for all eternity. But if you're not actually going out and doing things, nothing changes. And for the software developer, the number one thing that you should be looking out for as to, are you actually going to make this? Are you going to make it? Yes or no? Are you going to become a professional software developer? Is usually measured in how many projects are you working on? How much stuff are you building? It's like a carpenter or anything like that. If you never if you never touch your tools or never build anything or so forth, you're never going to make it. Because that is how you become a professional. You can study all you want, you can read all the books you want, it's not going to make a lick of difference if you're not applying that in practice. And so keeping yourself motivated is, as I said, it's really down to your ability to sit down and make things. That's the thing that you should focus on. So my suggestion to you is to continuously find and have an idea of, you should at almost all times have a project that you are working on. Doesn't matter if you work on it for a day or an hour or a month. That's completely irrelevant. The thing that matters is that the time that you are spending coding, ideally on things that are more complicated at times, or like something that is truly challenging for you, but it doesn't have to be super hard. It's just the activity, going through the motions, the exact same thing as showing up to the gym or something like that. You have to have something that you are continuously practicing in order to make yourself into like a real professional software developer. But the motivation, unfortunately, either you have it or you don't. There are no magical tricks here. Like that's why some people stay fat for the rest of their life, and some people never go to school, or some people like it's not something that anybody can give you a tip for, because you either care or you don't. So what I want you to take away from this is that the best tip I can give you for motivation, or to keep yourself motivated to learn new things, is that you have to genuinely care. You have to genuinely find it interesting to build things within software development. There has to be some reason why you're learning this thing. And if the absolute best way to achieve motivation is to find it genuinely interesting to do something with the software skills that you are developing. Build something, make whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't, guys, I've made hundreds of projects where the intention was never for anything. The intention was not to make money. It was not to impress somebody or like put it on my CV or anything like that. I just built it because I didn't really understand how this concept worked. So I started making it. It might have been the most silly thing in the world. Didn't matter. I just did it because I thought it was interesting to sort of figure out how it worked. And that drive, that interest in figuring out how something fits together, you either have that or you don't. If you don't have that, software development is probably not for you. I can basically guarantee you that, because that is what is required to get good at this thing. It's unlike a lot of other jobs where you learn a base set of skills usually, and you don't really have to have an interest in the field, because it's not a complicated job. Software development is extremely complicated in comparison. It requires a lot of cognitive resources from you, and you have to master a large set of skills and mental tools in order to be good at this thing. No one's going to be able to train you into doing that in the same way you could train for, or practice for something in, the service industry or something like that, where like there's a very finite amount of stuff that you have to do, and then you just have to put in the time and cater to someone. This is it's more complicated than that. And so that's the thing you should really search your soul for. If you have a genuine interest in understanding how things work, because if you just have that, then the next thing is fairly simple. Then it's really about you making sure that you're at all times going on with some project. Doesn't matter what it is. Can be something small, can be something big. As long as you have something and you think about it basically like strength training, it's something that you need to put time and effort into continuously. And when that doesn't do it for you anymore, throw it away, because now it's hindering your development. Don't force yourself to learn stuff that you're not interested in learning, but you have to be learning at all times. Have a great day.